Welcome to another theory video. This video is on makeIT Unit 1. I hope you learned something. Characteristics of information. Alright, information could be distorted. Distortion means that it's not clear cut. If it's not clear cut, it means it was presented in a particular way that it is meant to distort it or lean it. Not necessarily lean it, but it wants you to induce a particular interpretation. It's not necessarily biased, but it has been presented in a way to make you think about things in a particular way. Disguise would be you would hide certain parts of it to discourage certain interpretations. So like if somebody has a resume somebody has a criminal record, they will just have the dates of the things that you did, but they won't show you the actual actions or the charges because they want to disguise it to make sure that they don't want you to think that they're a serial killer or some kind of thing like that. Alright. Or it could be like let's say a boss gives a secretary a list of names for who is going to be terminated or something like that, but they'll just put the names out. They won't put a reason because they want to disguise it because they don't want you to think that the person is terminated, or they don't want you to know why the person was terminated. Completeness. Information should be complete. If it's not complete, then you make a bad decision. Reliability. Information must be reliable because it will be used to make critical decisions, and if it's not reliable, then you can't make good critical decisions because of it. Inconsistency. Why is inconsistency a problem? Because if the information is not consistent, it would affect the organization at different levels, right? So different levels of the organization. So let me say you have information that is, you say 3 people died, but it's really 4 people died. If you tell one person that 3 people died, they will get 3 beds. And if the next person finds out 4 people die, they will order 4 oxygen masks. But because they order 4 oxygen masks and the actual number of people that is 4, then they only have 3 beds. So they have 4 oxygen masks but only 3 beds. Then the information is inconsistent. So when it's inconsistent, you'll have problems, you'll have communication issues. I'll be taking this. Incomprehensibility. Sometimes people put information in ways that it's not clear or it's impossible to understand. So usually if information is supposed to be accessed by anybody, it should be comprehensible. Value. The information should be important to the owner. The value of the information should be Right. Information should have value because if you give somebody information that is not valuable, then they'll waste their time trying to process it or trying to understand it, and they'll never be able to use it for their competitive gain. Because remember, IT is applying a lot of stuff to businesses, right? So if you're applying it to a business, you have to be able to understand that businesses require valuable information. Relevance. If the information is not relevant, well then it doesn't make any sense because it should actually be relevant to the needs of the user. If it's not relevant to the needs of the user, then they're not going to use it for any particular purpose, any good purpose. Security and confidentiality. It should be secure or confidential depending on the type of information. So some companies would require only authorized users to see certain things. So you have to be able to understand a company that requires certain users to see things. they would need to make sure that the information is secure by a password or some kind of thing like that. Timeliness. If the information is not timely, then it will be useless. So it could be valuable at one time and totally useless at another. So if somebody tell you your car is on fire and they say, where on Independence Square, your gas tank was open this morning, you telling me my gas tank was open this morning is kind of useless because the fire has already happened. So the information has to be timely. Lifespan. Information must have a particular lifespan. Well, not have. Information does have a particular lifespan and it will lose its usefulness over time and eventually become irrelevant. Which is kind of like, so like for the COVID-19 updates, they've reached like update number 60 something now. If you give me update number 1, I'm not really going to help anything right now because that was so far long ago. It doesn't give an accurate reflection of what's actually happening with respect to the disease. Subject to interpretation means that it could be interpreted differently by different people. So somebody might see it as good and then somebody else might see it as bad. Shareability. The information should be able to be shared. If you have it stored on some database and the information can't be shared, then what are you really doing? Information should be easily accessed. Accessed by persons who need it. The longer it's unavailable, the lower the value of the information. So once the information stays unavailable, the value of the information will start to drop if it's not available to the people that really need it. Then there's information as a commodity. It could be sold as a commodity because of its usefulness and value. So somebody will like a list of email addresses and they will pay good money for it because you'll be able to spam them now. Format and medium. Information must have a particular format or medium that is on. So it could be on a CD, it could be tape, it could be a thumb drive, it could be a newsletter. But each time the format and medium matters because if you give me something on a floppy disk, I will laugh at you because I can't read it. So if you could have the best information possible, but on a floppy disk, so I wouldn't be able to read it. So these are the summaries of all the characteristics of information.
Thanks for watching the theory video. If you learned something, give it a like, give it a share, subscribe, do whatever you have to do. And if you want practical applications of the things, feel free to check out any of my classes. You can find them on my website at makeITsimpleTT.com. I have classes for all different subjects from CSEC IT, CAPE IT, CAPE Computer Science, and many different tutorial videos that you could find on this channel. So thank you very much and look out for the next video that is here or here because I have all the theory videos for all the subjects.